During junior year, we did a project about a business plan, and I remember that for our business, we were like brainstorming for like an hour, and I came up with this thing. I was like, guys, we have to do like an Uber that delivers food, but that kind of already existed, but I didn't really know because that's not in Tracy. Tracy doesn't have anything. So, anyway, we just built off of my idea, and it actually turned out really great in the end. And one memory I remember is going to Starbucks on the last night before it was due, and we stayed there until it closed, just working for so many hours, and we got so tired because it was just like hours and hours of business and numbers, and definitely did not want to create a business about that. For my college board, I did this really expensive university, and after doing the project, I realized that I would never want to go to a school like that because their acceptance rate was like 13, and I knew that was too far of a reach. And the school just seemed so strict and not something I was interested in, so it was great to have something to give me insight on some colleges that I might not be interested in and help me research other ones that I might find interest in. And I kind of didn't think that it would take so long to glue some stuff on a board, but apparently it did because I spent all night working on it because I didn't think it would take that long. Um, Also during career ed, we had guest speakers, and one speaker I really enjoyed was the girl from the Air Force because she was just showing us other options when it came to education because, college isn't the only option. You can always go into the Air Force, the military, any other branch, and they give you a good experience and they teach you a lot of important things that college will not be able to teach you. And I just liked how she had a really passionate perspective of her job, and it was just different to see her from a college speaker. And also, there was Etiquette Wednesday. I remember this because every Wednesday, all of my friends would go up to each other and be like, Etiquette Wednesday! Because that's exactly what the teacher would do when she came into class. She taught us a lot of things when it came to being professional and a lot of things about like interviews and what to do and how to be polite when it comes to supervisors and everyone you're trying to impress. And I remember she taught us how to set a table, and it's funny because I was just asked to set a table a couple days ago and I didn't know how. I guess I wasn't paying good enough attention, but hopefully I'll learn again. And I think she taught us important things when it comes to eating in front of people because I learned a lot of things I didn't know and I probably would have done badly when it came to going to a professional event. And now it's good that I know so I don't embarrass myself. Um, for the mock interviews, I was a little nervous because I didn't have that great of clothes. But even if you don't have that great of clothes, you can always try your best to dress as professional as possible because you want to make a really good impression on your interviewer and appear or conduct yourself as a very professional human being. Some do's are to always make eye contact with your interviewer because they want to see that you're interacting with them and paying attention to what they're saying. And always, always be honest because you don't want to tell a lie and then get caught up in it and somehow get into a job. I don't know how you can if you're lying in an interview, but get into a job that you don't know how to do because you lied about it. And some things you shouldn't do is have really bad posture, even though I have some bad posture right now. Always present yourself with good posture, and of course try to dress professionally because if you don't, then you might just seem like an unprofessional person because their first impression of you is how you look, not what you say. What that comes afterwards, but how you look should be the most important because that's the first thing they see. During junior year, I had okay time management. I could have worked on it, but some things I did that were very important were to create a schedule or an agenda that I keep throughout the week, and I always mark things off when they're done and try to create a schedule of when I'm going to complete them so I don't lose track of the due date and then get caught up on the last night. So I always try to keep an agenda. I have it with me in my bag, and every day I go off and mark the stuff and always write it down to every class. Some other things I did was not waiting until the last minute because, yeah, that's number one. um, I didn't take a college class over summer instead of fast track. I took it in the fall and the spring because I took a regular class over fast track. But for college, I got to experience a lot of different classes that I didn't get to experience in high school, which was very interesting because the quality of work they expect is very different and it's at a much higher standard. So when you go to a college class, you get to like try. You get to experience what college is like without having to pay those huge tuition fees at a university because Millennia offers a program that's so amazing and so helpful, and I really appreciate what they do because it really gave me good insight as to what college was like without having to pay those fees. And you also get to meet a lot of amazing people who are beginning their new chapter in life at Delta College, so it's great to see how they're coping and how they're doing at a community college instead of a university. During Fast Track, I took finance math with Miss Griffin and Miss Lamana. It was different from many other math classes because it was more hands-on to your future, and so it wasn't just like boring math and numbers. Like you're learning how to write checks and do taxes and things that will be important for your future. So I think it was great that I got the opportunity to take that other than some students who didn't get to. And I think that it'll really help me in the future with dealing with my my finances. This class was at a much faster pace, so if you miss a day, that would not be good. You'd want to be there every day because they're always doing things constantly, and everything you learn that day will be important for the next day and for the rest of your life. And it taught me many helpful things that I will use as an adult.